I am resident of Color for YouTube. Joel Sainz. This is my buddy Patrick McCray. This is my buddy Alan Gallant. We're here to do our final Austin Powers movie review. Goldmember, directed by Jay Roach again, written by Mike Myers and Michael McCullers,
Yeah.
uh, produced by Susan Todd, Jennifer Todd, John Lyons, Eric McLeod, Demi Moore, Mike Myers, starring Mike Myers, Beyonce Knowles, Seth Graham, Michael York, Robert Wagner, Mindy Sterling, Vern Troy, Michael Caine. Cinematographer is Peter Deming.
Sure.
Let's see, distributed by New Line Cinema. These have all been distributed by New Line. Release date, it only gets one, July 26, 2002. Let's see, budget $63 million.
Yes.
Box office $296.9 million.
It's Beyonce, baby.
Now, this should happen in the same year, in the same 12 months as 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the country was looking for entertainment, so
Absolutely.
I didn't find it there.
What
So I'll just start out. You didn't mention how much money it made, and everything, but the producers and so on and so forth. And of course, like talking about how much money it made justifies them, committing this atrocity on the American people. That has a few bright moments, I'll say. But but like I said earlier, if you put a Hershey's Kiss into a turd, it doesn't justify eating the turd. It just doesn't.
Or even washing off the Hershey's.
Oh God, no. God, no. Like even just the Michael Caine Cockney scene, what's kind of touched it and what's around.
Yeah.
But I'll say this is a great story that is not anywhere contained in this film. But there's a great story that Dennis Hopper used to tell on talk shows. And it was about Super Mario Brothers, which actually is a better movie than this. Problematic though it is. And to name drop, has my friend Mojo Nixon in it. And but nevertheless, there is this I babysat his kid once.
Cool.
It was cool. Yeah, I bought him a Lucha Libre mask. And that was great. That was a moment of cultural triumph. But anyway, so this is enough bragging. Dennis Hopper's on talk show. And he talked about his kid wandering into the room at one point and accidentally seeing some of Super Mario Brothers. And, like there's pornography on the screen or something. It's horrible. And he looked at his father. And he said, "Daddy, why did you make this?" And Hopper said, I made it so you can have shoes. And the kid said, "Daddy, I don't need shoes that badly." However much money they made, they didn't need shoes that badly. No. I'm sorry, Jewel. That again, I'm being a grouch. I'm being a jerk. If you like it, God love you. More power to you.
Yell at him.
No, he's cutting a promo on Goldmember, the third Austin Powers movie.
Well, at least he's cutting a promo on that, and then you get the promo cut on him. Fucking whatever it is.
Oh wait, am I the bad guy? What did I do?
No.
I'm gonna recede into my fake ad here.
Fake TV guide ad, yeah. Which looks like a real TV guide ad, by the way.
I worked hard. I fooled Wallace McBride with it.
Yeah.
Which I might point out that
Russell. Well, I mean, Wallace is a graphic artist, so you did a good job fooling him.
Yeah, I know. And Russell Lee Brown there is God, which makes the whole thing even funnier.
Yeah.
I convinced him that God had a contract with NBC and had a sitcom back in 1988 that ran one season, and that was it. And God didn't even play God in it. Which was the funny part.
He was executive producer, of course.
Yeah, but no, he was in it. He was in it. He played a retired football coach who hosted a radio help, talk show that was like a helpline, and he
details.
He would host it in the wacky eccentric diner that was like Monk's Diner that was downstairs from his apartment.
Right,
and it was run by Kay Ballard and Wendy Jo Sperber. who you can see on either side of me.
Yes.
Anyway, Jewel, are you going to talk about this movie or not?
I think he's there. He is.
No, no,
I'm so sorry, Jewel.
no.
I should just come on and just start apologizing.
Well, the cameos in this movie: Tom Cruise is himself, Danny DeVito is himself, Gwyneth Paltrow is herself, Kevin Spacey is himself, Steven Spielberg is himself, Quincy Jones is himself, John Travolta
Yes.
as himself, Britney Spears as a fembot version of herself, Donna D. Arico as female vendor, Fred Stoller as melon guy, Ozzy Osbourne as himself. Yeah, that's a real shock. Sharon Osbourne as herself, Kelly Osbourne as herself, Jack Osbourne as himself.
Okay, keep going on, and then I got a thing.
Well, Burt
Of course.
Bacharach makes another appearance during the end
Poor
credits as
man.
himself. Nathan Lane as mysterious disco man.
Jesus.
That was actually bizarrely funny.
Sure.
Because it's Nathan Lane, and he
Yeah.
can turn a turd into something. So
Spencer Caden as Jenny. Katie Couric as Georgia State Prison Guard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Scott Ackerman as Nigel Powers. So go ahead, Patrick. You were saying.
Like this is the thing. Roger Ebert used to say, pass that sandwich, but also Roger Ebert used to say, I have no room to talk. Roger Ebert used to say that sometimes there's a movie where you would much rather see the people who were in the movie and who made the movie sitting around talking about it than the movie itself. And there is no film ever in history more apt for that description or that whatever comparison, fantasy, whatever you want to call it, than this. I would love to see a great big lunch with all these people at a table talking about making the film, what they thought of the film, or maybe what the film could be. And God, what a great group of people. Fantastic. The whole Church of Scientology is there. I mean, you got everything. And yet
nobody dared to tell Mike Myers not to do the type of jokes for the third time.
I know. And what's worse is I forgot. This is how lousy this movie is. I forgot Beyonce was even in it. I forgot that was part of the essence of the movie, so to speak, essence of the movie.
Well, that's because the human booger Goldmember takes like horrifying precedence over.
What a non-character. Yeah. What an unnecessary non-character with which they do nothing. The heart of this film is Scott Evil's transformation and Dr. Evil's transformation and Dr. Evil's understanding he's Austin's brother, which, by the way, is years before John Logan wrote that as in Spectre,
right,
where Blofeld becomes Brofeld,
yeah.
And which had to be a joke that was made around the set. It just had to be. And John's a funny guy. He had to have mentioned it once or twice. It's just a name, Brofeld. It's just a natural. But anyway, so it was actually kind of ahead of its time in that sense. I like those qualities. I like the fact that they're going to be honest and full-throated about ditching the spy stuff and turning it into these two men and their family politics and how they share and mirror and divert. That part I really like. And I think that's a soul to the movie that whatever that other thing was, Spy Who Shagged Me, didn't have at all. And so, I know, Jewel, I'm jumping ahead and I'm grabbing the bull by the horns. I'm sorry. But because when I saw it,
Are you sure that was a horn you grabbed?
It was. Interestingly, though, I'll tell you when I saw it when it came out. And the feeling was that Showcase Cinemas, which I mentioned before, which is a Sumner Redstone Atom Age Theater with this massive 1,000-foot theater or 1,000 passenger seater theater with the Cinerama screen. They had two of them. Cinema 1, Cinema 4, which is huge, unbelievable. And Cinema 4 had fewer seats. No, had a smaller screen, but more seats. And somehow it felt just more grand. And it was a smaller screen by, a few feet. But anyway, I knew that the theater was closing for no goddamn good reason. And I knew it was my last chance to see a movie on that Theater 4. And this is where I saw Star Wars and Spy Who Loved Me and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Everything that deserved to be on a massive screen, I saw there. And so reluctantly, I went.
Goldmember.
I went and saw Gold because that's what was showing.
Yep.
And I really tried to separate the two. So I have a very emotional tie to part of this film.
My tie to it in terms of what I found fun was opening sequence again with the movie starring all of these other famous people,
Yeah.
and all that wonderful stuff. That was cool, very, very cool. And again, yes, the Scott Evil thing, which has its payoff at the end of the movie.
It really does.
And you think maybe, oh, you could make a fourth movie and maybe
Yeah, we'll do something new.
some of these other tired jokes and do something
Yeah.
else. But I like Beyonce. She does fine in this movie. I think she has the swagger of a '70s girl, and and
I mean, she's no Joyce DeWitt, but yeah.
No, but the afro works better on her. So, but the whole thing of introducing Goldmember, who is obviously was a ABBA reject or something. I don't know what.
Just a repellent character and repellently unnecessary.
And deliberately repellent, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that's the joke about Goldmember. He's deliberately repellent. But another thing is we get to see Michael Caine in this movie just being absurd and probably having a reasonably good time being.
That guy has a good time wherever he goes.
Yeah. So that was also a plus. But you're right that there's the same mishmash in terms of some of the payoffs and some of the jokes and all of that sort of thing. I like the Cooper Mini because that's definitely, I mean, you already have the Harry Palmer thing going on.
Sure.
So now you've got the Italian job a little bit, so
and
that was cute.
Speaking of cars, there's a moment at the beginning of this movie I talked about in the cab ride over to the studio. It's when we don't know it's a movie yet or a movie within a movie.
Right.
And we see this modern version of the Jaguar.
Yes.
And I thought, yes, okay, they get it. They get it. Austin is a man who is all Corona. He's going to be
got the latest model, right?
That's right. And he has the latest model, and this is him properly equipped by MI6 to kick ass.
Yeah.
And then what funny thing is he going to do with this?
Right.
And even when he goes out of the car and flips, we're seeing Austin do the Austin stuff that he is renowned for in the 1960s.
Right.
And then, it's a trailer.
It's a movie.
For a movie. Yeah. Okay. So why do they get it and Austin doesn't? It's like the makers of the movie have a better idea of how to do it.
Austin gets the pimp mobile. That's what Austin gets.
Yeah.
With the fake blowers out of the side of the car and the whole 9 yards and the gap and all of that stuff. But I mean, it had to happen, I guess, because it's 70s, so they put him in a pimp mobile. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, by the time this movie takes place, he should have completely adapted to 90s life or early 2000s life.
So if that's the joke of the movie, Austin in the wrong decade,
right?
What happens now? The 70s is awfully close to the 60s, so Absolutely. There's not a big difference.
Well, except the disco thing, of course, and polyester happens, and so that visually it's very different.
Visually, yeah, sure,
but in terms of socially, now people are still having unprotected sex everywhere, just like he jokes about in the first movie.
So, what would have been a more interesting decade to put him down in?
The 80s.
The 80s or the
Or the
50s?
50s.
Yeah, the early 1950s.
But where everything in England was gray and brown. The 50s.
You know, he's having to sneak back into the Navy.
Yeah.
And, but he's obviously too old. He's trying to hide the haircut, no matter what.
Did you notice when he went back into the 70s, though, his teeth turned green?
Yeah. Yeah. Good British tooth and big book of British smiles.
Yeah, booger teeth. So, Joel, what did you think of this movie?
Unnecessary.
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 You can like it. It's okay.
Some movies, how do I put this? Some movies aren't meant to turn into franchises or even 3 film movies. Okay, I'll put it in a comparison to another movie that I like. I love the original Alien. Okay,
Sure.
and I feel it should have stopped there.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. It had the curse of having a sequel that was good.
But it did. But unfortunately, it did not. James Cameron's an asshole.
Well, that's beside the point. He is that.
I didn't really care for any of the sequels for the most part. This here, I don't see the point of any of the sequels because all you're doing is you rinse repeat with the second movie.
Yeah.
And this movie, once again, you're using a time travel device.
Yeah, it's a little different looking aesthetic, but it's a lot of the same situations.
My question to Mike Myers, if I could ask him one question, if your goal was to start this movie with bringing the character forward in time, why would you bother going backwards? Because that doesn't, even for a comedy, that doesn't make any sense. Sure, can there be comic moments in time travel? Sure, Back to the Future does work.
But there's a through line, and there's also a through line in those movies.
Right. But this here doesn't work because one, you didn't further any character in your second sequel at all. You didn't expand on any of them. You only added characters that were okay, and you kept those characters here. Yes, Beyonce Knowles is very beautiful. She's very talented, but she's not going to save your movie.
No, because it's an Austin Powers movie.
Right. I mean, Michael Caine, talented dude, always having a good time. He's the life of Jaws 4. But he can't save every movie as Jaws 4 proves, just like he couldn't save this movie. I don't see the point of continuing these movies past the first film. And none of the
it's almost like he never wanted to either, because anything that Austin learns, he immediately unlearns for the next one. And he's back to being the same Austin he was in the first movie.
I mean,
no development, like you said.
I mean, you could have explained it with some sort of memory loss or amnesia. I mean, if he's getting in all these battles with Dr. Evil or whoever, have him have amnesia, have him get hit with a device that causes him to have amnesia, or he has to relearn all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That would have made sense and been funny, but no, they don't do that shit.
They don't do that. They just he's just a kind of a shallow guy. So
yeah, I mean, I love Michael Caine. I love seeing Michael Caine in the movie.
They could have put all the good stuff in one movie, though.
Yeah.
Have his dad show up in the first movie or whatever, and just make the movie an extra 15 minutes long or something to include the best of the other two, which are only a couple of scenes here and there, which are fine.
I mean, they didn't think of that then, but Joel, that's a really, really, really sharp observation. I got to say, you're right on the money with that. And good on you for it. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, going back and rewatching this again, I didn't care for it the first time. And going back and rewatching it again, it's like, why did they go past the first film? I mean, they didn't.
Yeah,
I will
there
give.
wasn't no need for it.
Yeah, I'll give them this. I mean, sure, they made money, but and here's what I will give Mike Myers. Yeah, you're helping your movie's helping the nation in a sense heal because this is after September 11th. It's a horrible event. Sure, I could see people going to the movie theaters to try to get escape, and that's what your job is. So I'll give them that. But other than that, it's like I don't see the sense of the next two films because they basically do the same thing.
I mean, I'm really glad he stopped here.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
as troubled as the love guru would be, and I mean, it would take him 6 years to make that. I guess he had Cat in the Hat stuff to do or something,
Yeah, he did.
and
Yeah.
Shrek stuff to
Yeah.
voice.
yeah.
But and good for that. But at least with the love guru, he did what I wish so many filmmakers would do, and that is take their repertory and do something else. Now it was a pretty bad something else, but at least it had a sense of joy to it, you know.
Yeah.
And Ben Kingsley, where I think he learned his Michael Caine lesson with that is bring in a great actor and let them have fun,
Yep.
which Marvel certainly knows how to do with Ben Kingsley.
Oh my God, he's coming back again. So
As an acting coach.
yes.
I mean, they're screwing up Wonder Man because I love Simon Williams. I love that character, and especially in the red safari suit.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry to see that go, but it looks like the wild deviation that they're taking with it is great.
He might
And
work.
so,
Yeah, on television. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, especially on TV. But and Ben Kingsley, I love that character, and it looks like
Well,
he's
they're
having a ball.
featuring him because he's obviously going to be a large part of at least the beginning of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I think he's going to be as funny as work since Gandhi or Betrayal.
hilarious.
Betrayal's also a lot of laughs.
Well, that scene where he's outed as being the fake Mandarin, and they show up, and he's sort of prisoner of the real McCoy there,
Yeah.
but he doesn't care because he's getting drunk and getting laid all the time.
Sure,
Um,
sure. And he's making those oranges.
that's a brilliant scene, and his response to everything that's going on around him is absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Best thing to happen is Mandarin since the oranges.
yes,
Jewel, do you like
glazed donuts with Mandarin oranges.
Do you like Mandarin oranges, Jewel?
Yes.
Good.
In the little
Yeah.
cans.
I'd rather talk about Mandarin oranges.
I like the segmented kind in the little cans.
I like getting the oranges at Walmart and by the bag and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Good for it. Good for
I-
We're having more fun talking about oranges right now than
That's right.
Goldmember.
Yeah.
Why don't just name this video oranges?
Well, see, he was originally Orange member and Gilding.
From Tennessee.
Gilding was an improvement.
Instead of gelding.
Well, I think he was gelded too, somewhat, but
so,
although the cod piece that the gold member wears wouldn't testify to that.
And Mike Myers has an interesting story about the origin of that character. He says that he would go to these beaches in Europe, and there would always be some weird Dutch guy or something who was wearing a Speedo.
Yeah,
Which I mean, Joel can wear, but we
and
can't.
had no business wearing one. Probably.
Yeah, yeah. Joel's good with one, but you and I can't can't pull it off. And is just obnoxious. And that character is a fun character for Austin to have to contact for something.
Right.
And maybe
like
after
a 003 or 006.
Yes. Well, he, who Goldmember should be. He should be his J.W. Pepper.
Yes.
Type. This inappropriate guy you get saddled with.
Yeah.
For a fifth of the movie. A reel, and then you move on.
Right. And I would really like to know what his logic was in making this guy a skin picker, other than gross out jokes.
Just beyond me.
Yeah, it's just
beyond me. Jokes. That's a form of autophagia I'm not familiar with.
Right.
So whatever. By the way, when this is done, I got a great remake of Smoking the Bandit idea. God, it's good. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Uh, any favorite scenes in this movie?
No. Well, the Michael Caine thing.
Michael
The
Caine.
Michael Caine Cockney
Yeah.
scene where they're both, it has to have subtitles.
And I
That's
still like
very
the, I
accurate.
still like the opening. I still like the
Yeah,
opening.
okay, sure. I'm a big Britney Spears fan, so let it happen.
My favorite scene was the end credits. This movie.
Hey, Scott Evil, right? He shaves his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give Seth Green a lot of credit because he can act. I
He
mean,
looks
Working
good in
his ass
black
off
too.
to save this movie.
yeah. I mean, I'm not.
Joel, I'll just say this: who wouldn't want to see a movie with just Seth Green and Michael Caine?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel that would have been an improvement. If Mike Myers removes his character from this movie and you get Michael Caine and Seth Green going head to head, that'd have been interesting. That'd have been different.
Fun film or teaming up
Or teaming up.
or any of that. Yes, bring it on. I love those two guys. And Seth doesn't do a lot except count his money. I think I don't know, but I would love to see him in something like that. Very underrated performer.
One sad thing about growing old is that my throat's starting to look like Fat Bastards after you lost 180 pounds.
Yeah. That's why I'm keeping that 180 pounds, so it stays inflated. My throat pouch will intimidate.
And yeah, sorry, you're gonna blow.
Yeah, my throat pouch will intimidate other Dark Shadow scholars at the convention.
Yeah.
My mother dated Mitch McConnell. It was an amazing throat pouch.
Yes, he has an amazing.
True story. He was in my living room once.
Oh my God.
Is there anything you guys want to add about our Goldmember?
I think just if we keep talking about it, it may appear.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you say it 3 times fast,
don't do it.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
I will say one other thing. It amazes me how good-natured and friendly and likable that Mike Myers must be to get all of these other actors to come in and do this stuff.
Yeah. I'll say this: there's a movie. Tom Cruise appears in Tropic Thunder. I mean,
yes, in full makeup. He's got this bald head.
He's great in that.
Huge forearms, hairy forearms.
Yeah.
I wish. Why doesn't he make good movies anymore?
That character, he toyed with the idea of making a movie about that character at one point, but decided against it.
Well, that's fine, but remember the late '90s and the early aughts when he was working with every great director who lived, and he was doing wonderful stuff. And now it's just action crap.
Yeah, he's addicted to that stuff, I think. I think that's some machismo stuff going on there.
Oh, God, that's so sad. He's one of the...
Apparently, he's excellent to everybody on set, though.
Yes. And he's one of the best actors of our time. I mean, he really is. And what a loss.
Yeah.
We still got Rob Lowe.
Yeah, there's that. Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Day book Unbound will be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel. Collins Sport After Dark will be in the description box. I have 2 videos to upload. You guys have a nice night.
We love you, Joel. Thank you.